We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity.
We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. As if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy.
Silence! The great and powerful Oz knows why you have come.
You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it! My life has value.
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature.
Don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts.
It's time to buckle up for making sense of the madness.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
Hey everybody, Jason Bermas here. And Google, in one way or another, has yet again claimed quantum supremacy. So we want to go beyond the bull snap. We want to get into what is reality, what is hype, is there hope, have we already entered some kind of fifth gate of hell? I don't know. I know there are a lot of claims out there of what quantum mechanics is, especially when you get into the macro of that and this multiverse claim. And by the way, the person who is interviewed in this ABC News piece recently, where they went into the Google quantum labs and they really dumb it down. I mean, it's such a puff piece that, I mean, we're going to watch all seven, up until the last moments of it, where the sign off from the other anchor that's not like in the piece, right? Just the sign off is just so bootlicking. And to me, it is alarming that so many people are not only accepting of what artificial intelligence says or is supposedly going to bring us. Like, a lot of people are buying into this utopia. A utopia run by a techno-fascistic regime globally. Command and control of not only the current species via track, trace, database, and beyond, but to mutate the current species into something else, into something more accepting, and eliminate Homo sapiens altogether on this death march, cult march, in my opinion, to the end of humanity. Wow. And I know that some new people are going to go, that's what you're opening up with, Bermas? What are you talking? Did you watch yesterday's program? Almost a 2-hour broadcast where we broke down this warning, this, whistle blown, sir, on transhumanism from this professor talking about macrobiotics, in other words, personal responsibility and health on what you put into your body, wild, versus what he called Bionation, Psychonation, and Ultra Psycho Nation. And boy, did this guy nail it. Boy, did he nail it. I mean, I'm still thinking about it today. A buddy of mine watched it, said just, wow, man. I watched that. I had to slow it down a couple times, go back, because I didn't quite understand what he was saying. But, I mean, wow. Yeah, must watch if you haven't seen that. So you've got this puff piece promotion of Google, a military-industrial complex technopoly, as we've described many times here, that is in partnership with NASA when we are talking about quantum mechanics, quantum supremacy, and, of course, artificial intelligence. And people have this illusion about NASA that it's all about space travel and we're going to the moon and we're going to Mars. It is so much more than that. It's all sorts of aerospace developments in private contracts. And they'll just say, well, we don't deal in classified projects. I mean, you literally have to work with all these agencies. I mean, it's a plausible deniability circle. And that's it. And they project, especially recently, and I've noticed this just to get people accommodated to this, like these attractive young women on the NASA channel, which is now defunct. I'll get into that a little bit later. I'm not saying that, you can't be attractive in a young woman, but clearly, these people are chosen for their looks and personas and not necessarily what they bring to the table in aerospace, right? In biology, okay? I mean, we're at a level now that probably cannot be even imagined by the normal person out there. And I'll say this, I always have to claim ignorance because they're going to talk about superposition this. I'm not a quantum physicist, okay, but I'm extremely doubtful of the type of theories that are thrown around there, especially when we're talking about quantum mechanics and this idea of a multiverse, because at the end of the day, I think what is unique about our species and one of the gifts to our species is that we truly do have free will. Okay, we create our own destinies at the end of the day. Good and evil exist. We are given choices throughout life. Okay? And this decimates that if, in fact, what they're saying is on a macro level, because this Hartmut guy, I played the video many times here. I think it was the last couple of weeks. We played it again. Who's in this Google NASA promotion video for like a decade ago. He's talking about, this Hartmut and that Hartmut and lobster Hartmut. You see, not even our humanity itself actually matters, that we've somehow genetically mutated in the multiverse, because all of this somehow also comes out of like the Big Bang. And Darwinism in many cases. And remember, the people at the top, 100,000% are social Darwinists. They believe because they rule, they should. And that's why we've had generational bloodlines globally still dominate the planetary geopolitical arena. It's the real deal. We're going to kick this one off. Let's thumbs it up, subscribe, and share if you are new. We do really appreciate you. Let's see. Guys, we are monetized, which is amazing. We got 50 people in there right now. Let's get 50 thumbs up. Let's do it. We're in the middle of the day. We're kicking and screaming. I still cannot do it without you. Guys, we're monetized, but that doesn't mean we're making a gravy train with biscuit wheels. We got to keep at this thing through your help, posting these videos, sharing the channels, ringing the bell. That absolutely helps, letting people know about it. But if you can help financially, the Buy Me a Coffee is down below, $5, $10, $15. It means the world to me. Plus, who else is talking about this stuff on any serious level? Like, I wish there was somebody out there much bigger than me, and hopefully soon we are going to see that, because all this technology is accelerating at a mass level. But why are people 6 months, 18 months, sometimes years behind me? Well, the only way that happens is with your support. Big donors, there's also some links, PayPal and otherwise, down below. We could really use that right now, 1,000%. I do want to thank Marigold Resources for supporting the broadcast. MarigoldResources.com. Buying and selling a business. My man Todd McGreevy can help you out. He can cross those T's, dot those I's, let you know what's going on. He's also in the print media business. RCReader.com is the website, but at the same time, he's doing more than just, on the web stuff. He's had a in-print publication since the 90s. Since the 90s. The River City Reader is out there. It's now a monthly publication. If you want that sent to you, you can also have that happen. Big ups to my man Todd. And give me a follow on X. We've actually lost followers on X. It's very hard to grow there as well. That's where you'll see a lot of the raw stuff that I don't even cover here. So please, if you want everything, go there as well. All right, let's get her going. Number one, let's talk about this NASA TV shutdown. They've got like this NASA Plus app, blah, blah, blah. I used to like tuning in late night on a 24/7 feed, and often a lot of the stuff was regurgitated and from years and years and years ago, and you would think that they have more content. They really didn't have that much content, but I noticed more and more of the modern content was female focused. Now, I believe that is because they want you to fall into this lull that everything's okay and there's a big smile. Just like in the media, you're going to see like this woman talking to the engineer. It's like cartoon level college girl at the bar. Okay, and this is not to knock college bar girls. I'm just saying it's something out of like a 90s reality TV dating show. And that's because they want you to be comfortable with it. Again, they want that trust factor there. It's upsetting to me that this is no longer on because I really used to love the 24/7 feed. And in that 24/7 feed, basically, you would see some things that would kind of surprise you. Like they would do stuff on JPL and especially on the occult aspects of it. Right? And you'd be like, whoa, really? Yes. Because Jack Parsons was big into the occult. Okay? Let's get into it. Google hails breakthrough as quantum computers surpass ability of supercomputers. And when you see that here the number, again, it's cartoon level. When these things really demonstrably have not shown anything in like this positive demeanor, okay? Like so many people say there's hype behind this, but at the end of the day, they're all hooked into these traditional computers. And they're saying something like 30,000 times the biggest supercomputer. Now, if that's correct, I mean, first of all, I think the vast majority of what is actually known about quantum computing, if you will, is on a classified level, all right? And they are in black projects, and Lord knows what they can do and have done and what they're operating with. Let's start there. This is for the public arena. This is to show you the complexity of it and how difficult it is to do, but at the same time, it's there to leapfrog any of the competition and put that Google stamp on it. All right? So you've got Google and IonQ claim quantum computing milestones this week. We're going to play the puff piece in a minute, but I got to remind everybody that NASA and Google are also in conjunction together on so many things. And one of the big things is not only telemedicine, but these AI doctors that they want to bring in. And they act like it's going to be for astronauts. Astronauts are a very, very small subsection of the human population. And yet so many of these technologies developed by NASA that we've discussed before make it into the mainstream arena. That's because they're part of these black programs. And remember, in 2019, Google and NASA achieved quantum supremacy together. This is a joint parallel program. All right? NASA's subcontracting and working with a lot of the players, you know, the contractors, if you will, the RANDs, and Lord knows what else. the Palantirs, more than likely at this point, that are dealing with the hardware, okay, and developing different types of software. And then what are we kicking up? What can be scalable? What's the public allowed to have? Now, the laboratory, of course, is still 100% in play. And I read this really quick because I was like, what is this? NASA halts quantum computing project. If you read the fine print, this was July of last year, July 24, that by October of 2024, they were right back in the game. So I don't know. And in it, it alludes to the fact that it was just doing too well. It was scaring them. As if that were the case, that would be in the public vernacular. So all sorts of ridiculous things going on here. All right, we're going to get into the clip. Let's thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Here is ABC News fawning over Google and their quantum supremacy, if you will.
Welcome back, everyone. A quantum computer doesn't look or act at all like the computers that we use every day. It relies on different laws of physics to run calculations at super fast speeds. Tonight, Google is revealing a breakthrough in the technology that it says could ultimately lead to the discovery of new kinds of medicine or help grow our food more efficiently. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze with a rare look inside Google's quantum computing lab.
It's a breakthrough that could lead to a world once only thought possible in sci-fi. Our exclusive look inside Google's quantum computing lab in Santa Barbara, California.
Not everyone gets to look at these things up close.
Where Julian Kelly is part of a team building this, a quantum computer running on a special chip called Willow.
This chip is what's actually doing all those calculations super fast.
Exactly.
It solved a calculation in just a few minutes that would have taken today's fastest supercomputer 10 septillion years. That's 10 followed by 24 zeros.
But again, just take a look. Is it not hooked into traditional computers as well? That's a chip that's on the end of this thing, which he's going to describe right now, the temperatures that it has to be inside.
Can run it 13,000 times faster on our chip.
13,000 times faster than a regular computer with this.
Not a regular computer, the world's largest supercomputer.
All right, so let's stop. I made a mistake. I'm human. I said like 30,000 times earlier. I should have just kept my big mouth shut. It's 13,000 times. Both of those numbers are so astronomical in regards to what a supercomputer can do. Again, I don't know how you can verify that claim except for taking their word for it. Via what? Some specialized algorithmic, algebraic program?
Wow.
Now, we're the first to see how it's reached a major milestone. A new algorithm Google says provides the instructions to a quantum computer for making discoveries about the fundamental properties of Earth and human systems.
It's one more step that shows that quantum computers will be able to make useful predictions that are beyond what classical computers could ever do.
If it sounds complicated, well, it is. Quantum computing relies on a totally different set of scientific rules than the classical computing we're used to on our laptops or phones.
Explain in the simplest form what that set of rules is.
So in classical physics, a ball can be in one location or another, but not both. But in quantum physics, a ball can actually be in both locations at the same time, or what's called a superposition.
You mean two places at once?
Two places at once, exactly.
Henry Ewing.
You mean two places at once? I mean, you see how this is it's pretty dumbed down. You know, the quantum double model. I don't know. See, even there's a little question mark when it's saying the same state. Really? Are we sure about this?
Teaches computer science at Columbia University. He says that idea that things can be in two places at once gives quantum computing unique abilities.
A metaphor that I like to use is, a classical computer is more like a car that you drive to get from point A to point B. You drive it around to, go to the grocery store, to the airport. A quantum computer is like a rocket ship. It can travel really fast.
In other words, this isn't like a laptop that you might have at your house.
Right. We believe that quantum computers will be more useful for, let's say, industrial R&D or very, sophisticated physics experiments.
And here's the thing. When those things are talked about, all right, when they're talking about engineering work, and by the way, remember, they're talking about R&D, and they're making it sound like we're not talking about bio-nanotech. They're talking about bio-nanotech on top. They're talking about the Defense Department. Okay? This is not for the public arena. This is for the public arena to get a glimpse into what they're letting us know about, that big companies will eventually commercialize and say you'll have like cloud access to this. And if they get their way and you decide that you want to transmutate yourself and take their devices, become part of the Borg, they'll service you through their cloud directly.
That's where Google's announcement comes into play. Executives say its new algorithm could take quantum computing out of the hypothetical and into the real world in fields like agriculture or drug manufacturing.
What are some examples of how this could be used in actual real life?
A quantum computer could actually be critical in the drug discovery process. What the pharmaceutical companies have to do is they do a lot of trial and error. They make different drug candidates. Some of them work and some of them don't. What a quantum computer could do is it allow you to focus on the ones that are much more likely to succeed and less time kind of going through trials that wouldn't work at all.
Is it a...
Oh, we're just going to not do the trials. They're not going to work at all. Who's programming this? You understand? Yeah, you understand how much bull this is and how much this is command and control. You notice before I did this, we highlighted the AI the doctors in space. And they want telemedicine, not with some chatbot, okay, but a human-like AI personality that's going to drive a narrative. Think about the narratives they've driven before with hate and lies. The hate and lies shot, the COVID-1984 nightmare. Just here, by the way, this is Hip Hartmut. He's got sunglasses on his head. It's Hip Hartmut.
Stretch to say quantum computing could save lives?
Absolutely, yes.
Not a stretch at all.
It's not a stretch at all.
We sat down for a rare interview with Hartmut Nevin, a trained physicist and neuroscientist, and an enthusiast of the Burning Man Music Festival.
Loves the Burning Man. Google Quantum AI.
He founded Google Quantum AI in 2012.
I like to go to the edges of human experiences early.
From other tech titans like Amazon, Microsoft, and IBM to young startups and universities, an intense competition over the future of quantum computing is well underway.
We have to stay on our toes. There's a lot of competition out there, from startups to nation states.
Building this tech requires deep expertise and pockets.
Every part of it has to be really good, because if in one seemingly mundane piece not working, and the whole thing will not work.
A lot of this apparatus...
Inside the lab, we get a glimpse of just how complicated it is to get quantum computers to work without any errors. One of the key challenges that must be resolved before they can live up to their potential.
I mean, look at all the wires that those are hooked into. I mean, my God. Again, this is what they're showing us.
Quantum computers we make operate at very low temperatures.
So put our goggles on.
We pour liquid nitrogen over a fresh flower. Within seconds, it's completely frozen.
And that's around minus 200 Celsius or minus 300 and something Fahrenheit.
What is happening to this flower?
Yeah, so it's getting quite cold.
Wow.
And you'll see that, for example, now this thing is very brittle. So if you just kind of touch it,
it completely crumbles.
It completely crumbles. So that's...
I mean, again, this is like a fifth. This is like Mr. Wizard. And I get it. I mean, my generation watched Mr. Wizard, right? And whoa, and we've been dumbed down. Yo, let me try. Let me put the. Will it do it again?
Pretty cold, right?
Freezing.
Freezing. So this is actually way too hot for our quantum computer.
Crispy.
It takes 4 more stages of cooling to get a low enough temperature for the quantum computer chip stored at the very bottom of the base to behave.
Every one of these plates gets colder, 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 until this volume down here is basically one of the coldest places in the entire universe.
So you need to keep it cold so that the actual chip works the way you want it to work.
Exactly.
And again, remember, NASA is in space. I know that some people are, none of it's real. No, they're up there, okay? And I don't know how high they are. I know how high the ISS is. I don't know how far beyond they've really gone beyond that. But they do a ton of the stuff on the ISS because of the temperatures, because of the lack of gravitational force as well.
Decades ago, like, people would have to build these systems in their own physics laboratories and a very bespoke thing, and now actually there's an entire industry of different suppliers that sell these dilution refrigerators for the quantum computing industry and also just for scientific research purposes.
They're banking on this being the future.
Right, yeah.
But just how soon that future will arrive is up for debate.
Companies like Google have said this technology is life-changing. Is that hyperbole?
So I believe eventually that will be right. It's the time scale that's more the question. I wouldn't bet on it being life-changing in the next 5 years, at least for everyday users.
And when that
So again, we're getting prepared for whatever they're going to roll out via this, all right, or claim it's able to do. Just remain extremely skeptical. Like I said, there's about 2 minutes left in this, and up until the last word, this is like a total promotion piece.
that day comes, there's a big danger from quantum computing that we should all be preparing for now.
Quantum computers, being able to factor large numbers, will be able to break most of the encryption technologies that we use today. So that's one reason to worry.
That's kind of scary. I mean, all of the tech that's encrypted that we think all that data is safe, quantum computers could get right past that.
That's right. Even
see the prep there, by the way? They act like that's a warning. That's not a warning. Okay, that's not even a threat. That's the plan, Stan. I've said this from the introduction of the blockchain, all right? Because now they're talking about quantum encryption as a way to combat that when quantum comes, all right? When it's digital, it's only a matter of time, only because technology is on that scale. All right, I don't buy into this like super encryption stuff. There are safeguards that will make it less available to most, and that's the best you got at this point. I wish that were not the case, but that is the truth.
If quantum computers are still, let's say, a decade or two out, there's still a worry that our secrets that we store today might be vulnerable to people reading them in the future.
We asked Google if quantum computing is the next AI.
It's a little bit comparing apples with oranges. So it will not supplant AI. Quantum computing will enhance AI and allow it to solve problems that AI on classical computers would not be able to solve.
AI is in the name of this lab, Google Quantum AI. What's behind that decision to put it together like that?
I worked in AI before, but then came to the realization that aided with quantum computing, AI will become so much more powerful and will be able to solve problems that AI running on classical computers will never be able to solve.
You have called yourself a chief optimist before. Are you too optimistic about this technology ever?
Look at that smile. Are you too optimistic? I mean, she's pretty hardcore when putting it to Hip Hartman. He's got the shades, got the ripped jeans, got the cool little armband. I mean, how could you not like this guy? He likes to experiences the edge before anybody else.
Feel like maybe you're overshooting?
I mean, I feel the results speak for themselves. Of course, when you predict the future, you can impossibly be right all the time. I think now people are starting to see, oh, wait a minute, quantum computing in 10 years, we'll speak about it in the same terms we speak about AI today.
Lots of potential upside there. Thanks.
Lots of potential upside there. I mean, think of like total, complete, puffity puff piece. You know what I need on the ups? I need the thumbs up right now. You watched the video, you enjoyed it. Again, who else is bringing you this kind of information consistently? So if you're not subscribed, please do that. If you are, ring the bell so you get all the notifications. You check out the videos if you can. please consider supporting the broadcast. $5, $10, $15. Again, it means the world to me. Big donors could use you now more than ever. Really could use your support. There's also some other links down below. You notice what I wasn't talking about there? I know the government shutdown's big, and it's time to talk about liberals and conservatives, Democrats and Republicans, all those things. No. This supersedes all that. Google and the military-industrial complex always have a seat at the table. Okay? And this should be really something that is discussed again by much bigger personalities, and hopefully that will eventually happen, but happen sooner than later. Until then, I absolutely love you guys. It is not about left or right. It is always about right and wrong, darn tootin' galutins, and I will see you all on the flip side.